Yeah, I want to talk about Maxine Dupree. This is the main topic, but I'm gonna also talk about the Raw results as well. Everything else that took place on Raw. So I'm gonna wait first so the first person hop on. I'll go ahead and get right to it. All right, wait for the first person hop on here. I'll go ahead and start. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? If you're new to my channel, subscribe to my channel and hit the like button on my video if y'all new here. And I need to know if y'all watch wrestling. All right, any wrestling fans in my chat, I need to know who all watch wrestling. You could be in the wrong chat, you know. Okay, you must be a wrestling fan. All right, let me go ahead and start. Shh. Shoot, hey man, you in the wrong chat. No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm talking about wrestling. This wrestle talk over here. Anyway, I want to go ahead and talk about Raw tonight, man. But the main topic is about Maxine Dupree. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into that. All right, well, I'm a massive fan of Maxine Dupree. Thanks for subscribing, bro. Turn on my notifications where you won't miss any of my live videos and short video clips and stuff I post. Well, let me go ahead and start. Maxine Dupree has a major target on her back. She has a major target on her back, whatnot. So, with that being said, Maxine Dupree, I would like her first feud to be with her. What's going on, Devon Daly? How you living, brother? Well, Maxine Dupree. All right, let me get you out of here, man. Whoever this is. Anyway, um, Maxine Dupree has a huge target on her back. So I actually called it. I said Maxine Dupree. You know what I'm saying? Her feuding with Ivy now would be a great. Well, I said her feud with Candice LeRae would actually be a great start, but I said her feud with Ivy now would also be a great feud too. And I also worded earlier that they need to bring Ivy now back to Raw, and she's back on Raw. So that is actually another perfect start for Maxine Dupree for her to feud with Ivy now. Like I said, they have great chemistry in the ring, whatnot. Back before Maxine Dupree developed into a great wrestler, a half decent wrestler. She's half decent right now, but she's still developing. She's gotten better. She's got well. Actually, no. Maxine Dupree's not even half decent no more in my book. She's actually a good wrestler. Only thing she needs to work on is her punches. Maxine Dupree can wrestle. It's official. Yeah, I said it. Okay, who speaks different? Being that Maxine Dupree is the new women's intercontinental champion. She got a huge target on her back. So it looks like she's gonna be having a match against Roxanne Perez for the women's IC title. If I'm being honest, it should have been Ivy Now. Ivy Now should have been her first start. Like I said, it would have made it even better if Candice LeRae would have been her first title defense. That would be the perfect person for her to feud with first. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm good. I'm good. Welcome to the chat. But anyway, Candice LeRae would have been a perfect person for Maxine Dupree to feud with first, because of what happened in the past. And then she defend her title against Candice LeRae and successfully retained in a clean match. Then I said her next feud would be her next feud should be against Ivy Now. That would be a good feud for Maxine Dupree too, in a great title defense match. And she also successfully retains against Ivy Now. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like she's gonna defend her title against Roxanne Perez first. And people are already thinking Maxine Dupree is gonna have a short title run. No, I don't think she is. It doesn't need to be short. But I say they should have put her up against Ivy Now first, since Ivy Now is back on the main roster. And like they said, they have had one-on-one matches in the past. Let's not forget when the Alpha Academy was feuding with what's the name of that damn team? The Alpha Academy was feuding with, I forgot their names. Damn, I forgot their names. They used to be on NXT. Ivy Now was teaming up with both of them. Somebody help me out. What's their names? They wore their outfits. They wore their ties sort of like Kurt Angle. I forgot their names. They've been around in a while, so I forgot who they were. I know somebody know who they are. I know somebody can help me out. Right? While somebody tell me, I'll go ahead and finish. The Alpha Academy was feuding with them. So Maxine, yes, right. Creed brothers. I knew I was way off. I knew I was. I knew I was way off. The Alpha Academy was feuding with the Creed brothers. So that led to Maxine Dupree and Ivy Now having a one-on-one match. You know what I'm saying? So this was before Maxine Dupree developed. But I saw the potential there. Now that she's a great in-ring performer, her and Ivy Now can definitely tear it up in the ring. They definitely can tear it up in the ring now. And being that Ivy Now is a great wrestler, this match is going to turn out real good. It's going to turn out It's going to turn out real good for sure. But Maxine Dupree needs to retain. Enough already. People thinking that Maxine Dupree is going to have a short title run. Nah. But if she don't get to about 100 days, that's cool. That's her first ever title defense. So it's understandable. But I could tell earlier tonight, Maxine seemed like Maxine was under pressure when Ivy Now walked up on her and Roxanne Perez walked up on her. Maxine Dupree can't be doing that. She can't thrive under pressure. I don't matter how hard, no matter how hard it gets. You a target now. You're the Intercontinental Champion, and you were the biggest underdog. You were the biggest underdog in the women's division, and you now clawed and scratched your way through, and you captured the women's IC title. You can't crack under pressure, Maxine. You can't crack under pressure. She cannot crack under pressure. She can't crack under pressure. Just because Ivy Now walked up on her out of nowhere, and Roxanne Perez and Raquel walked up on her, and both of them challenged her for the title. She cannot crack under pressure. You can't do that. You let them see you crack under pressure, they're going to chew you up like bubble gum and eat you up and take that title right, and you're gonna yank it right away from you. You can't crack under pressure. You gotta get ready. You gotta get prepared. You got to know you the target. You got to know you the target. You got to embrace being the target. Embrace being the target and retain that women's IC title by any means necessary, just like Kehlani Jordan. You got to have that killer instinct as the women's IC champion. Now you're a target now. Maxxine Dupri is a target now, so she has to have that killer instinct. She got to have that killer instinct. She's got to have it. Yeah. Now it's time. You the target now. You the target now. So now like I said, she got to have that. She got to have that killer instinct. She's got to have it. You can't crack under pressure as the champion. You cannot crack under pressure. You can't do it. She can't do it. She's officially a target. No matter how many arrows they throw at your target, you cannot crack under pressure. No matter how many darts they throw at your target, Maxxine, you cannot crack under pressure. You got to know that you the target and embrace that shit and have that killer instinct to retain that women's IC title by any means necessary. Exactly. Huge target on her back. That's why I say she cannot crack under pressure. Embrace being that damn target, but have that killer instinct. When they try to back you into that corner, you be like a damn animal. You be like an animal. Because once they see you crack under pressure, that's it. That's it. And I'm a massive fan of Maxxine Dupri, and I want to see Maxxine Dupri retain that title over 100 days. But if she don't get to nothing but 100 days, I'll accept that. As long as it's not under 100 days. Like they did Liv Morgan the first time. That shit pissed me off. Absolutely. Maxxine Dupri needs to be very explosive and play it smart. Especially against wrestlers like Ivy Now. Cause Ivy Now is a pit bulldog. She is a pit bulldog. Roxanne Perez, she's a great mat technician wrestler, but so is Maxxine Dupri. But if I'm being honest, Roxanne Perez is by far more mean than what Maxxine Dupri is. That's why Maxxine Dupri has got to snap out of that shit. She's got to snap out of that shit. You don't have to be aggressive, but be at least calculated. Be at least on point. Play it smart. Don't be the aggressor. Play it smart. When you're too aggressive, that's how you end up coming up short. It's okay to be aggressive for a little bit, but don't do it to the point where it'll knock you off your game, because it will. But see, Roxanne Perez is by far more mean than what Maxxine is. This is why Maxxine Dupri has got to know what I'm saying, snap out of that shit. Now Maxxine Dupri, she's got to have that killer instinct. She's got to have that killer instinct. Retain that title by any means necessary. Damn it, if they want to play dirty, you play dirty, because that's what they're going to do now. They're going to do whatever it takes to retain that title. Just like Becky tried to do to retain it. What did Becky try to do? Becky was about to cheat to retain that title because she knew Maxxine Dupri had her number. She tried to cheat to retain. So what the hell would make Maxxine think that Roxanne Perez, including Ivy Now, wouldn't do the same damn thing? Now was the time to wake up. Cause now you surrounded by sharks in the water. You surrounded by sharks in water now. You can't be the prey. You let them be the prey. Now you got sharks after you. I ain't gonna say she's in the water surrounded by sharks, cause some down body in the water surrounded by sharks is done. They dead. I take that one back. But she's a target. So she needs to be explosive and play it smart. She got to play them at their own game. Play them at their own game to retain her title. She has to beat them at their own game. She can't let up. She can't let up. This is why Kehlani Jordan said fuck the fans. This is why Kehlani Jordan said fuck the fans, and she's gonna retain that title by any means necessary. Maxxine Dupri needs to do the same thing. Fuck playing it fair. Yeah, she is. She's just a lot shorter than Beth Phoenix. So now, man. So Maxxine Dupri has got to snap out of that, you know what I'm saying? Nice girl. She got to snap out of that nice girl role. Now was the time. Now was the now was the time. You know, when she go against Ivy now is not playing it fair. Once Ivy now realized what she's going up against this time, once she realized what she's going up against this time, when Maxxine Dupri give her all and take Ivy now to the limits, she's gonna get know what I'm saying, pissed off and try to cheat to win that IC title from her. Yep. And Roxanne Perez is gonna try to do the same thing. Nah, Maxxine Dupri don't need to run. Nah, she don't need to run. Nah, she need to stand up against that pit bull. That's what Maxxine need to do. Like I said, she got to she got to play it smart, especially against people like Ivy Now or Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez. Yeah, Maxine can't crack under pressure. But so yeah, man. So Maxine Dupri is officially a target. So like I said, she can't crack under pressure. You let people like Ivy Now, any female wrestler see you crack under pressure. That's where they capitalize and take advantage of you and take that title right off of you. So this is coming from a massive Maxine Dupri fan. Yeah, I saw her crack under pressure tonight a little bit when Ivy Now and Roxanne Perez and Raquel walked up on the backstage. I said, "Nah, she can't be doing that. She can't be doing that. You the champion now. You're the champion." No, she Maxine Dupri. She got to have that dog in her. She got to. But it was good to see her tonight. So it's look like I said, it's looking like her first title defense is going to be against Roxanne Perez. And I love Roxanne Perez, but if I'm being honest, Maxxine Dupri definitely needs to retain. But I can see it, yeah, but she's going to be up against Roxanne Perez because she said she was going to make a phone call to Natalia. So y'all already know Natalia is going to be by her side. Natalia is going to be by her side. So she's definitely going to be going up against Roxanne Perez. And like I said, Maxxine Dupri needs to retain. Yeah. Never crack under pressure as a champion. Because no matter when you get past a wrestler successfully retain your title, the stakes are going to get higher. The stakes are going to get higher and it's going to get harder. So you can't crack under pressure. But you can retain that title by any means necessary. Shit, the way I look at it is if they want to play dirty to take your title from you, you got to play dirty to keep it. It should be that damn plain and simple. The same way people are going to do everything in their power to play dirty to take that title off you, you got to do everything in your power to play dirty right along with them to keep it. And of course, they're going to say you cheated to retain because you knew they had you beat, but they try to do the same damn thing to take it from you and move on. So what's wrong with the babyface wrestler doing the same damn thing? If they're not going to play fair, why should you play it fair? But of course, that's how it's all script. But I'm just saying, don't play fair with nobody who's not going to play it fair with you. But so Maxxine Dupri now. So I think she's probably going to have her title defense match against Roxanne Perez after Survivor Series War Games on Monday Night Raw. And like I said, she definitely needs to retain. She needs to retain. She don't need to have a short title run. So so I'm ready for Maxxine Dupri to defend that title. So now it's time for Maxxine Dupri to break that to break that nice girl persona. It's time to break that, you know what I'm saying, nice girl persona. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to Maxxine Dupri retain that title. Can't wait to first see her defend it. So all right, man. Well, let's talk about the results of Raw. Well, okay, tonight we got the Survivor Series War Game match. It's gonna be AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch in a steel cage match. And that was a pretty solid promo by AJ Lee. Bro, I'm not even gonna read it comment because I have no clue what you're saying. You probably in the wrong chat, bro. If you understand what I'm saying. I don't understand that still what you just typed. What's going on, Anthony? How you living, my guy? Welcome to the chat, bro. So tonight, AJ Lee hit Becky. AJ Lee hit Becky got Becky Lynch with a solid promo tonight. Solid promo by AJ Lee, I meant. So tonight, the women of the Survivor Series War Games, they fought tonight in the ring. I got to say, man, Io Sky got her ass whooped. She got her ass whooped by Lash Legend. Yeah, Raw wasn't all that. It wasn't all that. Io Sky got her ass whooped by Lash Legend. She got her ass whooped. Damn. So everybody better keep on eye on Lash Legend in that match. I mean, I repeat, all the damn female wrestlers better keep an eye on Lash Legend. She's more of a damn threat than Nia Jax. But keep an eye on Nia too. Well, keep an eye on both of them, but especially Lash Legend. Especially Lash Legend. That's one where they really need to keep a damn eye on. And I'm not a fan of Lash Legend, but the way she manhandled Io Sky tonight, I was like, damn, Io Sky. Had her in a double choke and just threw her right in the damn ring, and Io Sky was out for the count for a while. Alexa Bliss definitely held her own against Io Sky. Alexa Bliss definitely held her own against Kairi Sane. And Asuka and Becky Lynch was going at it pretty tough. And Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair and Nia was going at it. And so was Rhea Ripley and um Becky Lynch. I think AJ Lee and Becky Lynch was working on Becky. I think AJ Lee and Rhea Ripley was working on Becky, I think. But Io Sky the only one that got her ass whooped by Lash Legend. I'm not the biggest fan of Lash Legend, but you know what I'm saying? My favorites in that match is Alexa Bliss, my top favorite. Io Sky, one of my favorites. And that's it for that team. But the Kabuki Warriors are my favorite on the other team. But I got to go with Team Alexa Bliss. But what I hope in that Survivor Series War Games is after the match, Alexa Bliss turns on Charlotte. See, I hope Alexa Bliss turns on Charlotte. I about can picture it happening, but I hope it does. So yeah. But anyway, so that took place tonight. And Dominic came out there mocking John Cena tonight with a midget coming to the ring dressed like John Cena, trying to be funny, mocking John Cena with a midget coming out there dressed like John Cena and all that, and he hit the midget with a frog splash off the top rope. I thought it was funny. Then Rey Mysterio came out there or whatever whatnot, and we got the one-on-one match against him and JD McDonough. Dominic tried to, Finn Balor tried to interfere, of course, and Rey Mysterio capitalized. He saw the play, and he knocked Finn Balor off the apron. He knocked Finn Balor off the apron, and he capitalized on JD McDonough and won the match. So yeah, so that took place tonight. Rey Mysterio, man, for him to be almost 50 years old, Rey Mysterio still got it. He still got it, man. That dude, he still got it. That guy still got it. Love seeing Rey Mysterio wrestle. Yeah, I love seeing him wrestle, man. I like that flipping power bomb he does. But um, so that match took place tonight. Oh yeah, we got the segment with Roman Reigns coming out there tonight to start off Raw. Roman Reigns came out there tonight. Then Cody, not too long after that, Cody came out there, interrupted Roman Reigns saying he don't know if he can trust him or not and all that. And Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns told him off. He got told off by Roman when Roman Reigns told him. Yeah, last time he recalled, he was already in the Survivor Series War Games, something that he never participated in, which is right. And he let him know he never liked him. He let him know that, he said he never liked him and Cody never liked him, whatnot. So he got a clear understanding that neither one of them don't like each other. They just need to work together as a team. They need to get along and work as a team. Then as far as the war game is over with, they go their separate ways as they did before. They go back to, you know what I'm saying? They go their separate ways. And oh yeah, and another funny thing that happened on Raw when Brock Lesnar tried to taunt when he did it, when he tried to like stomp on the ground when he did his fireworks and he fell and bust his ass. That shit was funny. That was funny. That was funny as hell. That shit was funny. What's up, Alyssa? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I'm just talking about that. That was funny. That shit was funny as hell. That was funny. But so we got Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods and Grayson Waller in the back over. They're going to have a tag team match or whatever. And Grayson Waller tried to put a wig on Adam Pearce's head, to get up under his skin and piss him off, whatnot. But it worked. But so yeah, man, Raw wasn't good. Not to me, it wasn't. And tonight, what else? What else took place on Raw tonight? What the hell else took place on Raw? I'm trying to figure out. Well, so yeah, oh yeah, backstage or whatever. Paul Heyman was back there talking to, Drew McIntyre, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Logan Paul. How they need to be on the same page and all that. And Drew McIntyre needs to calm down, before he get kicked off the team or some, he get kicked off the team. He said something to him like that. I can't remember, but he was like they already had him suspended, so they don't want he don't want him. Paul Heyman just said he don't want Drew McIntyre to go out there, basically lose his nonsense temper, and he basically loses his nonsense temper, and he gets kicked off the team. So tonight, Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre, they had a match tonight. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul had a tag team match against they had a tag team match. Damn, who did they have a tag? Y'all hit me out in the comment section. Who did Drew McIntyre? I get back to that topic. It's one I talk about that's gonna be quick. Carmelo Hayes versus Gunther. If I'm being honest here, man, Carmelo Hayes should have won that match, but I'm not shocked that they went with Gunther to win. I'm not shocked they went with Gunther. I'm not shocked at all. I felt like they would do that. But I think Carmelo Hayes should have won and got advanced. I think he should have won and advanced whatnot. But it was a great match. It was a good match. Carmelo Hayes hasn't really been getting utilized like that on the main roster. I noticed that. You know, Carmelo Hayes should have won because Gunther was already over as the world champion. Carmelo Hayes should have got that spot tonight. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I really don't. So yeah, Carmelo Hayes should have got that spot tonight. But know how WWE operates. They don't put the ones over like that deserve to get put over. I've seen that shit time and time again. And to put the ones over like that who deserve to get put over. But yeah, Carmelo Hayes should have went over tonight. So moving forward, um, what else match took place tonight? So backstage, oh yeah, so when Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk had a segment tonight, Roman Reigns let it be known he didn't like neither one of them, and he said that that title, that title would look good on his waist. He said those title would look good on his waist, and Cody and CM Punk asked him was he talking about him or Cody Rhodes, and he smiled and looked at CM Punk and said he gonna leave that to him to figure out. He was talking about both of them. He was talking about both of them. He was talking about both of them. Could Roman Reigns become world champion again? I don't know. He possibly could, but it is what it is for now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Carmelo Hayes should have went over tonight. He should have went over. Gunther is already over with the crowd. They should have gave Melo that, you know what I'm saying, spot tonight. They should have gave Carmelo Hayes that spot tonight. But you know how they operate, man. They don't give it to the ones who deserves it like that. They fuck them over. They run over them. They acting like Gunther wasn't already over with the crowd. They acting like he wasn't already over. Gunther is boring. No, Gunther is boring. Has no character. He's not entertaining. He just not. He just not. Why are they booking that like this to win all the time? Favoritism. Favoritism, Alyssa. Favoritism. The ones who deserve to win is who the ones they fuck over. And that is by far the truth. Yeah, I can see what you're talking about, Devon Daly. I can see what you're talking about. I can see what you're talking about. But Carmelo Hayes is a damn star though. He's a star. He's a star. When he was in NXT, they let him shine. They're not letting him shine like that on the main roster. Carmelo Hayes should have won that tournament tonight. And Carmelo Hayes is one of my favorite wrestlers, but I like him. He should have got that spot tonight. It's the ones who they do dirty that more so deserves it. You know? But man, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. How y'all think Survivor? Do y'all think Survivor Series is gonna turn out good? I'm gonna just check it out to see how it's gonna be. Some people are already saying it's not gonna be good. I'm gonna check it out regardless. But while I'm waiting for an answer, but I do want to say this, man. So backstage, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk was back. They still had it out backstage, and the Usos, Jay Uso and Jimmy Uso, walked up on Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes and CM Punk still arguing backstage. And they talk about how they been, putting in more of the work and going out there wrestling while they back there arguing over this whatnot. And Roman Reigns didn't like it. He didn't like what they said. So yeah, I know who was wrestling tonight. It was both of the Usos versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. That's who wrestled Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. It was the Usos. So I'm trying to figure out what else happened on Raw before I get to that. See what else happened. Well, Stephanie Valkyrie showed a clip of Steph. I'm surprised Stephanie Valkyrie wasn't there tonight. She wasn't there tonight, but it showed her talking about. It showed a video clip of her talking about. She was talking about Nikki Bella. She did a promo about Nikki Bella. So they're gonna face off at on Survivor Series War Games whatnot, and it's gonna be a decent match. Yeah, it's gonna be a decent match. But Stephanie is gonna retain, so she's definitely gonna retain for sure. But surprised she wasn't there. Wish she would have been there to attack Nikki Bella. Like I said, Nikki Bella, she's somebody who can't be trusted. You can't trust Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella is not to be trusted. But anyway, so yeah. So mind you, there were no women matches in this past SmackDown and on the SmackDown card. Yeah, they doing that for a reason. They doing that for a reason. They getting them prepared for Survivor Series War Games, so they all will be at 100%. I'm assuming that's what they did. I mean, the men was wrestling. They're going to be competing in Survivor Series War Games, but I don't know. I really don't know why they did that. I ain't gonna say they did that so they could be at 100%. But the men was wrestling tonight, and they're gonna be in the Survivor Series War Games. Yeah, they didn't have no women's matches on SmackDown or Raw tonight. Yeah, they didn't. So, but I will say this, man. I will say this though. I'm gonna just check Survivor Series out and see how it's gonna be. See how it turns out. But like I said, I hope it ends with Alexa Bliss turning on Charlotte Flair. Jey Uso getting worse as a performer. He just botched again. Yeah, he's always botching. He's been botching a lot lately. That ain't good. That ain't good. Not good for business at all. Yeah, he's been botching a lot. Jimmy Uso is actually a better wrestler than Jey Uso. People saying they want Jay to win the title back. Not with him wrestling like that. Yeah, Jey Uso, since he became world champion, man, he ain't he ain't been wrestling his best. Yeah, but so yeah, man. So like I said, Maxine, she can't crack under pressure. She got the, you know what I'm saying, Maxine Dupree. She got to have that grit and she has the grit and determination. But now it's time to have that killer instinct. Now that you're the women's IC champion, you got to have that killer instinct. Yeah, it was. So let's go ahead and talk about the tag team match with the Usos versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Um, Match was okay. Yeah, the match wasn't really that good. It wasn't really that good, but I tell you this though. I tell you this. What was I about to say? The match wasn't really that good, and Jay didn't make the match no better because he was sloppy. He was sloppy in that match, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like Jey Uso got to pick it up because like he wrestles like he don't want to be there. He wrestles. He always wrestles like he don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah. And enough already. He picked up some weight. Jimmy Uso performs better than Jay Uso. At least if Jimmy Uso ever win like the United States Championship or something like that, the fans will more so buy into it. The fans will probably more so buy into it because he's a pretty good in ring performer. All Jay Uso got right now is his entrance. His entrance is crazy. His entrance is crazy. Probably top. I say top notch right now. But when he get in that ring, when he turn that music off and get in that ring, that's it. You don't see nothing good. But yeah, when that entrance music hit, oh man, he had the crowd lit. He had the crowd lit. But when he wrestled, no, you know what I'm saying? He just he make some people, man, look, get this now match over with already. Too much of that yeeting. Too much of that yeeting to be out of breath. Yeah. Saying run it back and all that kind of shit, man. Nah, run it back. You need to run back to that damn gym and train more. Train better than what you're doing. Yeah, Raw wasn't a good show tonight. But I thought I'd come up here and give my takes about it. Raw is always a hit and miss. Same thing with SmackDown. It's always a hit and miss. Yeah. Just like that time when Jay Uso did that spear on Austin Theory and it looked like a body splash. That was embarrassing. So yeah, man. So one I'm predicting that maybe Survivor Series War Games. Know what I think might happen? I don't know. I think Logan Jay Uso might turn on Sim. I don't know, man. I think somebody could turn on somebody at Survivor Series War Games in the men's match. Yeah. But who I would love to see cross paths is Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I would love to see that match happen. Because Brock was on the team tonight. He was on the team, and man, I'm telling you, but it was funny when Brock tried to go out there and stomp his foot, and the fireworks come up, and he busted his that shit was funny. That shit was funny as hell. So yeah, man. Jay Uso, man, he gotta work on his in ring ability, man. He's gotten sloppy. He's gotten sloppy as hell. So yeah, so that tag team match with the Usos versus Logan Paul wasn't good. I didn't care for it. But so yeah, overall, Raw wasn't a good show tonight. It wasn't good at all. So yeah, like I said about Maxine Dupree, man, she's got to not crack under pressure. She's got to play it smart. She's got to play it smart now. You know what I thought about? Hate to say hate to say this, but what if Natalia turns on Maxine Dupree? Paul Hammond booking the shows? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Paul Hammond book. We'll probably get some good matches. I think if Paul Heyman booked, I don't know, but yeah, man, Raw and SmackDown will always be a hit and miss. It's always a hit and miss for me. But we definitely, yeah, that would be crazy. You turning on your student, you train. Yeah, that would be. Never know, man. They could do that. I'm just being well aware. I mean, I'm a massive fan of both of them, but I do like Natalia better than Maxine. But Natalia and Maxine Dupree are two of my favorites. But if that was a face off for the title, Maxine Dupree and Natalia two of my favorites. But if they had a face off for the title, I would have to say Natalia needs to retain. Needs to needs to retain. I mean, because Natalia and Maxine Dupree are two of my favorites. But I like Natalia better. But if I'm being honest, they face off for the title. Maxine Dupree would need to retain. She would need to retain. But yeah, that I thought of something like that. What if they have Natalia to turn on Maxine Dupree? That'd be crazy. Something I thought about. So we're gonna see how that plays out. But I like I said, I think that possibly could happen. That possibly could happen for sure. It's something to think about. Like let's say like Maxine Dupree, everybody that she done, she went up against. She ran through all her opponents and retained the women's IC title. Then the last person, then the last person who know what I'm saying, who know what I'm saying, up who's her mentor, Natalia turns on her. She turns on her at the end. Imagine if that was to happen. Yeah, so yeah, that's pop. What I'm saying, so I kept an eye on that because I'm like, you know what I'm saying, Natalia could turn on Maxine somewhere down the line. Yep. So it's something to think about. So we gonna see how that plays out later on down the line. But until then, I want Natalia to be by Maxine's side. And then let's not forget, Natalia said herself she would like to get that title off Maxine. She would like to defend that title against Maxine Dupree. Let's not forget Natalia said that too now. Yep. So yeah, it's something to think about. Now, if Maxine Dupree was to drop the title to a returning Tiffany Stratton, I'd be okay with that. I'd be fine with that. Because they could bring Tiffany Stratton back to Raw when she returns. They could, I don't know. But we'll see. And until then, man, Maxine Dupree, she has a target on her back. People who she got to go through. Just like you playing Mortal Kombat 3, the first person you go to on the level to fight. Then the further you go up, the higher the stages get. The harder the stages get, I mean. That's what Maxine Dupree got to do. Yeah, so Maxine Dupree, she's officially a target. So embrace being that target with a killer instinct. And you got to have that mindset to do whatever it takes to keep that title. Cause they're gunning for you. They're out for you. Yep. You're 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 their prey now. She's their prey. And they're gonna like I said, they're gonna do whatever it takes to take that title off her. So Maxine Dupree can't crack under pressure. She can't crack under pressure. Yeah, exactly. That's why she got the welcome them open arms. Yeah, yeah, okay. I challenge people for the title. I challenge y'all for the title. I'll be the target. But just know when you throw that dart, you're gonna miss every time. When you throw that dart at my target, you're gonna miss. So yeah, Maxxine Dupree can't crack under pressure. Maxxine Dupree can't crack under pressure like she did against Ivan Now and Roxanne Perez. I saw the look on her face. I saw the look on her face when Ivan Now walked up on the backstage. And I saw the look on her face when Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez walked up on her backstage. Yes, embrace being that target. They embrace being a target and retain that title by any means necessary. Because they're going to do whatever it takes to win that title from you by any means necessary. So she got to, Rexy Dupree has got to play it smart. So I'm going to go on and get up out of here, man. I want to come up here and talk about mainly Maxxine Dupree and the Raw results. Thanks everybody for commenting and sharing your thoughts, whatnot. And with that being said, it's your boy Hitman D, and I'm going to sign out.